traders, this is your boy EdFX Trader again today. So I want to quickly come on here and do an analysis on a few, well, one currency pair, gold, oil, and the S&P 500. I'm expecting huge volatility next week. So you must watch this video and understand what is happening. So I'm going to quickly go into this. So the S&P 500, as you know, we had the stock market crashed and it found support, and then from that time ever since it has been moving upwards. It has been moving upwards though in this channel, and this here is our channel support and this is our resistance. Right, the market came from support and it has made its way up, probably all the way up to this resistance, we don't know. But right now, the reason why the market is having difficulty trying to break through here is that this is past support over here acting as future resistance that turned the market here, and we are right at that point again. Now I'm expecting huge volatility next week. So for all intents and purposes, the S&P 500 could very much break through this resistance and go up to this horizontal resistance and make its way up to either this resistance or this resistance. Alternatively, it could have volatility to the downside and retest support. So this will be our trade plan. If the market comes back down to channel support, okay, then we're going to look to buy it back up to resistance, and if it breaks through the resistance, then all the way up here. But if it comes down to channel support, then we're going to look to buy. So this will be where we buy. Right? Now listen to me, no doubt there's going to be volatility, right? So I want you to pay careful attention. So if you come down to support here, we will buy the support. If the market gives us some indication that the resistance is going to hold, right, I would definitely look to sell it down to the support and then buy it from the support on its way up. But we need to get confirmation. So our buy opportunity will be that it comes on to support, and then from support we will look to buy. Or alternatively, if it breaks through resistance, retest resistance as support, right, and give us an opportunity there, then we will also look to buy here. So those are that's how I'll go about buying this market. Now in terms of the opportunity at hand, because this could give us a sell opportunity, because right here resistance held and it broke through the resistance, and then it support was right here. What am I saying? Support was right here. It broke through the support and retested the support right here as resistance. And as you can realize, when we were right here the last time, the market fell down to this support. We're at this point again, so there is a real possibility of the market falling from this resistance down to support. So there's an opportunity also there to sell. Now, if we're going to sell this, what would we need to see to sell this? Well, what I would need to see, I will go down to a lower time frame here. I would need to go down to a lower time frame, and for me to sell this, I will need to see the market break here. If the market breaks through here, I want this. If the market breaks through this, right, and comes down, so we need the market to break that up, support, retest as resistance, and then we can sell the market down. You can come. And then this will be our opportunity to sell. And this will be our opportunity to sell, right? If it breaks from this buy zone into the sell zone and give me a high price in the sell zone, then I'm going to look to sell. So I'm going to just clean this up. I want this to be blue. I want to clean this up. So my opportunity to sell, if it breaks through support, retest as resistance, then I'm going to look to sell the market. For me to buy the market, it breaks through resistance, retest the resistance as support, and this will be our buying opportunity. Other from that, if you don't want to sell the market, and if you see that it's breaking, coming down, wait for it to hit support, and then look to buy it right here. So that would be the trade plan for the S&P 500. For oil, we have a similar plan, okay? Oil is both at resistance and support, right? As you can clearly see, we are at this channel support, very similar to the S&P 500, but at the same time, we are at this horizontal resistance. And this horizontal resistance has been coming back from all the way back here. Okay, support, 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 that is now acting as resistance. And this market clearly can know that a breakout is going to happen, or we're going to get some sort of volatility. I don't know whether it is going to break up or it is going to break to the downside. But as you can see, this market has just been moving sideways, 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 sideways throughout this entire time for several days now. This is just all sideways movement. So that's consolidation. Whenever there's consolidation, it's just consolidation for a breakout. Okay, so what are we going to see? Very similar. For us, if the resistance hold and we're going to look to sell, we will need the market again to break this support. Okay, I want that to be pink. What am I doing? We need it to break through this support, retest the support as resistance, and then we're going to begin to sell. So this will be the sell. Okay, our sell will look like this. That is our sell. So if the market break from this buy zone, over here is a buy zone, as you can see, this trend line has been pushing the market up. So once you are buying over in this area, you'd have been fine. Okay, so if the market breaks through this support trend line into the sell area and it retests, give us a high price in the sell zone, then we will sell. If the market is going to go up, what we want to see for us to buy is for it to break through the resistance, retest the resistance as support, and then we look to buy. So that is what we're looking for. So if I'm going to be selling this, okay, I will give a trade update as to where we would sell it to, but a region that we could sell it to, we could sell it all the way back down to here, or we could sell it somewhere in this area, right? We could sell it somewhere in that area. If we're going to look to buy this, let me just put this arrow on here, so this is the buy opportunity. If we're going to look to buy, then we need to find an area of resistance to buy to. And the next major area of resistance, if we're going to buy this to buy to, will be here. And that much can obviously be seen. Because right here, and even stretch this out right here, support, 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 and so it will act as resistance back over here. So if we're going to buy, we'll buy to here, okay? And if we're going to sell, we will sell it to here, okay? So that will be how we trade oil. For gold, I've been doing a lot of updates on gold. Alright, gold have been clearly in a range, and all of this notation says it all. Gold has been in this range. Okay, so what we need to see, you can clearly see that it has been sideways. There it is. That's a sideways movement. And I actually did buy gold here a few days ago. When was it? I don't know, yesterday or day before yesterday, I actually bought gold here and I took profit near to the end of the closing day today. That was good profit. Clearly support and resistance is working. Now, because of that fact, we know that a breakout is going to happen. Okay, so we need to watch to see the breakout. If it breaks above, let it break through the resistance, okay, and look to buy and hold, as I've said in this notation here. Price breaks above 1518 region, mark below, and retest our support, will buy gold all the way up to 1920 with proper risk management. Okay, if it breaks, if price comes back down here, then we will buy from here back up to 1800. If price breaks out of this consolidation, and it breaks to the downside, then look to sell. If it breaks to the upside, look to buy. It's as simple as that. Let's follow the price movement. If it's moving up, move up with it, and it is going down, go down with it. Okay. Final one that I want to look at is the Euro US that I'm expecting volatility on. Okay. Now, here's the deal with the Euro US. I had a sell position in, and clearly the market broke up, so I took a small loss on the sell position. Now, here is the deal. Let me take out that. Here's the deal. We are approaching this resistance, okay, or that we are at the resistance. You know, resistance is not an exact price point. We can see back here, this was resistance, resistance, resistance. All of this area was resistance. That acted as support here, 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 broke through support, and then all of this was resistance again, resistance. Right back here in March, this was resistance. So right now, this is the daily time frame. We are at that same resistance. Again, I'm expecting volatility. So I don't know if it will break through the resistance and go further up, or the resistance will hold and come down. But one thing to note, I want to go to the monthly time frame because I actually want you to see this. If you actually go to the monthly time frame, we have this long-standing channel, right? Resistance, this multi-year resistance that, put it there, we are pretty much right at it or close to it. If it breaks through the resistance, is probably around 1.17, this multi-year resistance that has pushed the market down so many times. You know, depends on where you want to adjust the trend line. If you want to get the most touches, you can adjust it like that. Sell, 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 sell. This one took place in February of 2018. I was a part of this one, and we are approaching that right now. If price breaks above this resistance, there is that channel resistance right above. Okay, so if we get the break above, let's say this region 1.14, right, then we could buy it up to probably about 1.16 or 1.7, right, somewhere in that region, right? But there's a lot of resistance, right? So we'll see what the market does, right? So we'll see how next week this plays out. But I am expecting huge volatility, traders, on these particular instruments that I just pointed out. So we will see to get the confirmation. For us to sell this, well, this is pretty easy. For us to decide to sell this, we go down to a lower time frame. And ideally for us to sell this, what I would like to see, if the market just breaks this, because it's a possible channel that it is operating in. If the market could break this, let me just even adjust it a little better and put it in blue. If the market breaks this, then we can, this is what we have here. This is what we have here. Okay, so it's going up. It has been going up like this. For us to sell this and sell it confidently down to 1.1, we will need this support area to break and a retest, and then we can begin to look to sell it. Okay, so let's see what the market does. Keep a keen eye on these particular symbols, because I'm going to be watching them with the expectation of definitely profiting from them. Right, so go over your own analysis, be prepared to watch keenly these particular instruments, because volatility is going to pick up next week. Could be across different. If oil moves, then of course the Canadian dollar is going to move, right? So definitely you expect movements on other currency pairs. So let's see what the market gives us. This is Ed FX Trader signing out.